And last weekend in Chicago, once again, over 50 people shot. Weekend before that, 50, 60. Last 4 consecutive weekends, at least 50 people in Chicago have been shot. I think there's been an average of 7 people killed. One city. And the homicide rate in other cities like Baltimore and St. Louis, 3 times that of Chicago. Don't you see you're being manipulated? And it's not just black people being manipulated. It's liberal whites. Because remember what Chris Matthews said before he got defrocked from MSNBC Hee Haw? He was talking about Trump's overt outreach to black people. This is before the RNC. He was fired or he left the network before the RNC. I shouldn't say fired. There was some scandal, but he departed before the thing got too loud. He was talking about Kanye West visiting the Oval Office. Remember? And he said, but mostly it's for white people. Because most white people in America will not vote for somebody if they believe they're a racist. So here he's saying a number of things in that statement. He's saying it would not be in Donald Trump's best interest for him to be perceived as a racist, for him to be sending a, quote, dog whistle to people to signal, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, I really am a racist, because Matthews just said most white people won't vote for somebody if they're a racist. Why would he do that? It doesn't make any sense. But if you can convince black people that racism remains a major problem in America, and you can show you're oh so concerned about that, then white liberals who are extremely guilty / woke will also sympathize with you and pull the lever for you too. So it's not just a scam run on black people, even though they're the ones who are most hurt by this because of the Ferguson effect. It's also a scam on white liberals to convince you that they really, really, really care, irrespective of what the numbers are, irrespective of what the data says. Do you care what the data say? Does it matter? It's remarkable. You watch these shows about mass shooting, out with the guns, out with the gun laws. Nobody asks how many Americans are alive every year because somebody legally used a firearm, often just brandishing it to ward off an attack. Nobody ever asks how often this happens. According to criminologist Gary Kleck, 1.25 million times every single year, Americans use a firearm in a lawful way in self-defense to ward off a serious bodily attack, if not death. You never even ask that? So don't you think you should ask how many Americans are killed by the police out of 50 million interactions? 1,000 on average last 5 years? And of that 1,000, how many of them were resisting arrest with a firearm or resisting arrest violently? Most of them. And of the ones that weren't, how many of them were legitimately perceived as a threat? Many. So, how many were unarmed black people being killed by white cops for no reason whatsoever that's defensible? A tiny, tiny fraction, well under 4% of the 1,000. What fraction is that of the 7,000 blacks who are killed every year, mostly by other blacks? Do you care? Is it relevant? Is it relevant that the percentage at which the police have killed blacks in the last 60 years has declined 75%, while the percentage at which they've killed whites has flatlined? Is that relevant?